Hey there bombers, I am currently in my hotel room right here in Anaheim, near Los Angeles, where Star Wars Celebration's taking place. Now yesterday I was able to go to a presentation for Star Wars Battlefront. I have been talking about this game a lot, and I finally got to see not only some gameplay, a trailer, but also a presentation, and I want to talk to you about what I saw. I want to kick things off by saying I nearly didn't see it at all. I missed my allocated session because I was driving 6 hours from Vegas, a bit of a drive. I did the whole thing. I sat in a car for a very long time and was getting very frustrated, but I was able to check into my hotel even though there was a slew of comedy errors, and then I had to pick up my badge, and then I was racing through the convention floor. So if anyone saw me looking a little bit frantic, or maybe I pushed you violently, I just want to apologize, but I wasn't going to miss this slot, and I certainly wasn't going to take no for an answer. When they close the doors, apparently that's it. You do not get let in. Unless you're me. Because I got in somehow. And just as the trailer was starting, I was pretty much breathless. I couldn't even get anything straight. I was panting. But then I got to see it, and I want to chat with you about it. You're on the moon of Endor, very reminiscent of Return of the Jedi. Speeder bike shoots past you. You are in the Rebel Squad. Now, you're wearing the outfits very, very similar to what you saw the troops wear on Return of the Jedi. You know, the camouflage wear, that hat that the Ewok little Wicket played with of layers. So it's like that. That's the setting of the scene. Very reminiscent of what Battlefront is like, the interface especially. You can go first person view. You can also go into a third person view, and I think that's what I'll be doing when I play the game. Bottom right hand corner, you've got your little interface there where it's got your gun, a rocket launcher, a grenade setting, and a shield. Now this is kind of what's tripping me up a little bit. In the original trilogy, there is no real use of shields unless it's, you know, on the ships, but not a personal shield. We saw them in the prequels where you would activate a button and boom, this globe would appear around you. Some of the droids used to use it, the fighting droids. But that's what you have access to here. So you're able to have a defensive kind of maneuver, and then you can use attack as well. So while you're going through the forest, you see some stormtroopers, and like Battlefront, if you shoot them, you get points when you kill, and you get kill bonuses as well. So that had a definite Battlefront feel, which is good. It's probably what's going to take me away from the game a little bit, but you're on the blue team and the stormtroopers are on the red team. And then of course in walks a chicken walker, an AT-ST that we saw in Return of the Jedi. And I kind of had this overwhelming feeling of, how am I going to take this thing down? Well, you got a jetpack. So you zoom up in your jetpack, and then you have your rocket launcher, and when you do take it out in the trailer, it's such an amazing, rewarding feeling. And then an AT-AT walks in, and you're like, ugh, because you're just manpower. But it's kind of cool how it's going to go around. After this, you go into a bunker, a lot like Return of the Jedi as well, and you're walking around in the inside structure of this facility, and then your teammate gets lifted off the ground in a chokehold. I had goosebumps. It was so incredible, because around the corner is Darth freaking Vader, and you're firing, you're like, pew, 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 and he's like, vroom. And that's the trailer. Darth Vader, you had me there. During the presentation, we found out how they made this game. And this is what's pretty cool. It's 10 years in the making, they're saying. And they kind of explained why they chose EA to take hold of the LucasArts franchise. Basically because of Frostbite, the engine that DICE has got from the Battlefront games. They said that that was probably what they really wanted to use in the experience, because they are all about authenticity. How do they get this kind of authenticity? Well, the Skywalker Ranch was opened up to them. Not only did they have access to all of the sound bites used in the movies, yes, lightsabers, TIE fighters, all of those sound effects they were able to use, so it sounds legitimate, but it also looks legitimate. So they had access to the archives of Star Wars. Every prop, every outfit, anything that was in Star Wars, all of the figurines, the models, everything that they used making these Star Wars films, they had access to. And they used something called, and this is, I want to get this right, photogrammetry. And photogrammetry means that they take a 360 photo, in a sense where there's like thousands and thousands of photos from every single angle, and they're able to upload that 3D version of it into the game. And that's every detail on said item that gets made. So every kind of like weather-worn stain on a stormtrooper's helmet, every makeup of this particular lightsaber, it's perfect down to a T. So authenticity is very, very much key. That's what's in the game, you know, like the stormtroopers, Vader, etc. But they also wanted to make sure that it was authentic in the setting. So they did heavy-duty scout locations. They went to the exact locations where the movie was shot. So they went to the same forest where the moon of Endor was. They went to Iceland. They went to the canyons of Tatooine. They shot at the Hoth location. They have a new planet, Sullust, where the Sullustians are from. I thought it was Mustafar because it's a lava-based planet, but it's not, so we're seeing new planets. Speaking of, Jakku, it's in there as well, because that's it looks like the death battlefield. There's destruction, a Death Star is literally like impaled into the earth. So a lot of battles are going to take place here, and I think this is like the battleground for Battlefront, and in all the movies, because Jakku is a new planet that we've got, and this game's going to use it. So it's going to look great, it's going to sound great, it's going to be very, very authentic to what Star Wars is, which I'm very, very happy about. I also want it to be a good game. Battlefront, as per usual, is focusing on the multiplayer elements of this. And there's different campaigns that you can go into, different types of the battles. So the one that we saw in the trailer was the 8080 Imperial Assault, where it's 40 players in a battle royale, I guess you can say, but it's the Rebels versus the Imperial team, and 40 players log on to play that one. And yes, you can take down 8080 walkers, and you can also play as Darth Vader. That's cool. I've also had confirmation that you can play as Boba Fett as well. That's cool. You can play on Hoth, you can play on all of these planets. You can also jump in an X-Wing fighter or a TIE fighter and have those dog battle arenas in the air. That's cool. They also want to encourage exploration. I think they're putting so much time, attention, and to detail and love into these settings, and instead of just running around trying to find someone to shoot, they want you to look at the area and explore it. And to do this, they have hidden power-ups in there. So the more you kind of roam around, the more chances you can finding a power-up, which will help you in your gameplay. What else I liked with this one is that we finally have a same room co-op system. So you can pick up a second controller and play with someone else in a split screen function. Yay, that's what I'm talking about. I kind of feel like gaming is more and more of a solo experience, and you play multiplayer with other people in the world. And sometimes you just want to play with someone else who's at your house. Friends. They also have a system where it's the buddy co-op system. So even if you are playing against someone else and maybe they haven't leveled quite as high as you can share your unlocks with them so they can progress faster and they don't feel as disadvantaged. So that's kind of cool too. In saying this though, it's definitely a multiplayer experience. They have said there's no real single player story campaign, and I can understand why. This game is coming out a month before the Star Wars The Force Awakens movie hits the screens. So they can't really spoil anything. And the game's canon, so any kind of story progression in there becomes true, and then all the other games and movies and TV shows have to kind of fit in and align with it. So as long as there's an experience there and that you get to see the familiar planets and characters, that's enough. But as far as story goes, I don't think they're going to focus on it as much because this is just a Battlefront multiplayer game. So let's talk about when you can get your hands on this game. They have announced November 17, 2015 as the release date. They also have the first DLC sorted, and it's absolutely free. The catch is you must pre-order the game to get it a week before everyone else does. It will be coming out on the 8th of December if you haven't pre-ordered it, and the 1st of December if you have. The DLC is called The Battle of Jakku. So they're really focusing on this particular new planet that we've just only found out about, and that will be the DLC. Am I excited about this game? Hell yeah. The fact that you can play as Vader, as Boba Fett, and you know, any of these places that we've already seen. There's a Battle of Hoth in there. You can jump into an X-Wing, you can jump into a TIE fighter. This is pretty great, and you can play with a lightsaber in the game as well. There's different ways that you can play it. Yes, it's pretty much all multiplayer. You can play it by yourself, but it's still got the multiplayer feel of battle campaigns. About, you know, going in there with an end goal to shoot as many people as you can. I prefer more of an RPG element, so I'm looking forward to seeing if there's maybe a Knights of the Old Republic 3 coming out. Rumours are swirling around about this, saying no, it's not going to happen. There's the revamping of Star Wars 1313, which was originally Boba Fett's story. It's now going to, maybe, rumours have it, focus on a young Han Solo adventure. I kind of just want a Star Wars Mass Effect kind of game. I want to be able to choose whether I want to be on the dark side or become a Jedi like my father before me. But I'm just excited that we're getting Star Wars games, and just the music. Yes, they've got access to John Williams' composers. It sounds great. It looks fantastic. The clip that they showed was from a PlayStation 4, not even a PC engine. It was PlayStation 4. So now that I've got one, I think I'll be playing the game on that. I want to know from you though, what did you like about it? Have you seen the trailer? What did you take away from it? Will you be playing this game? Let me know. Guys, thank you so much, because the bomb has been dropped.